year's regular season, only 2 athletes in our history, Jeff Britton and Isaac Caldiero, have ever completed it.
Don't tell me dreams don't come true!
And in this USA versus the World International competition, it's only happened a handful of times.
We got a show, ladies and gentlemen.
Now we're going to find out if anyone can be a hero on stage 3 tonight as we move into the final 2 heats of tonight's competition. Team Asia has already been eliminated, meaning now only 3 teams remain. The U.S., Europe, and Latin America. Points from the last round have been struck from the board, so all 3 teams start with a blank slate. Here's how the scoring works. There are 2 heats on stage 3 with athletes from each of the 3 teams facing off. Whichever competitor gets the farthest, the fastest in their heat wins 2 points. Second place gets you 1 point. There are no points for last place.
And Matt, after stage 3, another team will be headed home with the other 2 going to stage 4, where they'll race up to the top of the tower for the title.
To earn that right, they're going to have to survive the demonic stage 3. For a look at the course, let's go back down to Christine.
Thanks, Matt. Stage 3 consists of 8 of the most difficult and draining obstacles ever devised. The upper body test starts with the floating boards. Competitors have to pinch their feet and use their grip to work across the 4 hanging boards. Then it's the key log hang, where they'll have to move 2 handles in and out of the slots. The third obstacle is the nail clipper. It's 3 rotating cylinders with only small handholds to grab onto. Survive that and you'll face one of our toughest obstacles ever, the ultimate cliffhanger. This is always one of the biggest challenges for our ninjas. It's a series of narrow ledges and you'll have to jump to the other side twice. On the curved body prop, they'll wedge themselves between the walls and maneuver across 30 feet of water. Next up, the peg clout. Competitors move from box to box, supporting their bodies on ledges barely an inch wide. Then it's the time bomb. Traverse high above the water, clutching 3-inch kettlebells, latching the handles into the curved hooks. If they have anything left, they'll take on the flying bar. They'll have to carry the bar 5 feet in the air and land it in the small cradles all the way to the buzzer. Points go to the competitors who make it the furthest the fastest. Matt and Akbar, back to you.
Thanks, Christine. So in this first heat, Team Latin America will send out climbing champion Marco Hubes, while Connecticut's Drew Dreschel will represent Team USA. And Spain's impressive young rookie, 21-year-old Sergio Verdasco, goes for Team Europe. We wipe the slate clean on stage 3. All teams start with 0 points. And leading it off will be Venezuela's Marco Hubes. He earned 1 point for Latin America on stage 2, and he's one of the best climbers in the world, and stage 3 is built for climbers.
Super tranquilo, Marco. Vamos.
Well, here we go. Hubes starting it off here for Team Latin America. First up, the floating boards.
Matt, that's a lot of pressure for Team Latin America, but they also have the opportunity to set a pace.
Tremendous climbing skills, but this is his first ninja competition.
Yeah, you better recognize these stage 3 obstacles are difficult, even for experienced ninjas.
Looks like he's figured this one out, just needs the dismount.
Oh!
A shocking early exit for Team Latin America.
He just slid off the door. He got kicked out. I thought he was home free, but you can see he got 1 foot down on the landing pad, but he didn't shift his weight. And look at his hands. They just slide right down the edge.
Almost impossible to get any points with that early exit. A huge blow for Team Latin America, especially because one of the big guns, Drew Dreschel, is up next for the Americans. Right now, Team USA's captain, Joe Moronski, is talking strategy with Christine.
Joe, headed into stage 3, all the team's points are zeroed out, and everyone's now on an even playing field. What are you guys going to do to make sure you get to stage 4?
Well, you know, we got to get deep into the course. We have a lot of strong people we're going up against, and that's always pretty much the strategy. Get deep, get to the end if we can. But, you know, we got some strong guys. They have some strong guys. Anything can happen.
You made it further than anyone in the regular season in the national finals on stage 3, but you didn't complete it. How does it feel to be back here and getting another shot at it tonight?
I've lost track of how many times I've been on stage 3. It's got to be more than 6. So, you know, I'm not jaded to it, but at the same time, it's harder to get motivated the more you fail on it. But I'm excited, and I know I can beat it. It's just going to have to all come together in this one run.
Well, I'm rooting for you, Joe. Good luck.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Christine. Joe's run's coming up in Heat 2, but now it's the real-life ninja, Drew Dreshel, and he is no stranger to stage 3.
I've been doing American Ninja Warrior for 7 years, and stage 3 has just become my nemesis. In season 7, I fell on the hang climb.
He's going for the bar.
In season 8, I made it all the way to the hang climb again. And I had a mental error, and that was it. I was out. Last year, USA vs. the World, stage 3.
Oh, what a transition!
Everything came together.
2 more!
The way I ran it through in my head finally played out perfectly.
Come on, Drew! Drew Dreshel delivers!
Season 9 was a big bummer.
No!
Going out on stage 2, especially when I'm looking at stage 3 and I'm feeling like I know I can do this, and I don't get to. So tonight, I want to get out there and I want to beat stage 3. I did it last year in USA vs. the World. I want to do it again.
And you know, Drew like nothing better than to get his revenge and get some points for Team USA.
Here we go. This is the moment Dreshel loves. Expectation, pressure, the hope and pride of the country on his shoulders.
Drew Dreshel is a baller, Matt.
And with that, he's guaranteed Team USA at least a point here. Can do no worse than second, but now we'll get our first look at the key lock hang. Dreshel knows this obstacle well. He's seen it twice on stage 3, survived it both times.
This is all concentration and upper body strength here.
Dreshel a little hung up here.
And now he's through. Dreshel normally flies through almost any course, but he's taking his time here.
Not a smooth start for the real-life ninja on the key lock hang.
Yeah, you can see him on the transition.
Another trouble.
Yeah, he keeps fidgeting with that thing. That's going to cost him.
And this is really unusual. Seeing Drew Dreshel uncomfortable on an obstacle.
Let me tell you, this can wear you down for the later obstacles. All right, get off that thing.
But survives it.
Did you see him protect his head from the handle?
There we go, on to the nail clipper. One of the most difficult obstacles we've ever had in the city finals at Ninja Warrior. It took out 20 competitors in Cleveland.
But I think Dreshel has figured it out. He is having no problem here.
Well, he's worked so hard on his grip strength, and look at the technique here. And he's through. But stage 3 is relentless, and up next, the ultimate cliffhanger. Dreshel dominated at the past 2 regular seasons. Drew Dreshel's faced this obstacle 3 times, gotten through it 3 times. And he's up.
There he
Watch
goes.
the power now. Long transition here, though.
This ninja's got some freaking fire.
Nice.
All right, here we go.
Now the 180 transition, no problem for Dreshel. Drew Dreshel dominating here. Oh, no! Drew Dreshel out on the ultimate cliffhanger. The first time he has ever fallen on this obstacle. A shocking early exit for the real-life ninja, leaving the door open for Team Europe.
Oh, man.
Why you let me down, Bad Pinky? Do your job next time.
Well, he's blaming it on his pinky. Let's take a look. He got plenty of distance, but watch his hands. He doesn't get a good grip and tries to re-grip, but his left hand comes off, and there's his pinky. It's not even on the ledge. And that face says it all. There's no way to save it.
And right now, he's down with Christine.
Drew, you've made it to stage 3 before, and you've made it past this point. What do you think took you down tonight on the ultimate cliffhanger?
I think I was just really hyped going into it. I was really excited to get on stage 3 again, and I swung a little bigger than I wanted to, but when I hit, I yanked really hard, and then when I went to pull up to adjust, I pulled up and yanked my other hand off, and that was it. It's over.
All right, Drew, we'll have to see how this plays out.
Awesome, thank you.
Guys.
So a big break for Team Europe. They're probably thinking they would have had to finish the course to beat Dreshel. Now the door is open as they send out their rookie, Sergio Verdasco. We'll see his run next. And then it's something special. We're headed to a place rarely ever seen on American Ninja Warrior, Stage 4. Two of these teams are going to climb the 80-foot tower for the title. Who's it going to be? Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, where our USA versus the world competition is getting very tight here on stage 3. Earlier in the first heat, Latin America's Marco Hubez slipped off the first obstacle. And then one of America's best, Drew Dreschel, surprisingly fell on an obstacle he'd conquered before, the ultimate cliffhanger. Oh! So a big opportunity for Team Europe to take control, but it's going to be up to one of their new faces, 21-year-old rookie Sergio Verdasco from Madrid, Spain. He's one of the best rock climbers in the world, and he is truly excited to be here and represent Spain on the national stage.
Ser la primera persona de España.
To be the first athlete from Spain on Team Europe is incredible. It's very exciting to represent your country, and now to be on American Ninja Warrior is a great opportunity, and I hope to do well.
De lo que es capaz España.
I'm going to show the world what Spain is capable of.
And he's walking into a great opportunity to get points for Europe, just has to get past the first obstacle. Well, it was a different course, but Verdasco did compete on stage 3 in Spain's version of Ninja Warrior.
Well, Matt, you know, he has some experience on stage 3, but how well does a 21-year-old handle pressure? This is a lot of pressure for Team Europe.
He's moving quickly. Puts his feet down, and that moves him ahead of Latin America's Hubez, so they're guaranteed at least 1 point in this heat.
And now he can set his sight on beating Drew Dreschel. Just needs to get past the nail clipper in 1 minute and 58 seconds, and he'll get 2 points.
They know how difficult it is. Can't take any obstacle for granted. Up next is the key lock hang. He's got to be thinking about the clock, and this is one that can eat up a lot of time. Ooh.
Yeah, you have to take really small movement. You got to make sure you're in there, lock it, boom.
And this is the advantage of going last. He knows the time to beat Dreschel, and he can be careful and pace himself. This may come down to a few seconds.
He's going around backwards, being real creative, and just looks totally composed for a 21-year-old. Those are big moves.
Look at him hanging by one handle. Verdasco flirting with disaster.
There he is.
And he's going to get through.
Small platform, nice landing.
Now Verdasco's got a shot to beat Drew Dreschel. About 30 seconds left to get past the nail clipper. This would be a big pickup for Team Europe if this rookie can get the 2 points over Dreschel.
What a turnaround for Europe. They got off to a horrible start, but now they can take the lead.
And Verdasco could be a real hero if he can beat Dreschel. Oh, boy.
He's handling the pressure well, Matt.
And this kid is looking like a new ninja star, and he's done it. And with that, Sergio Verdasco, the 21-year-old rookie, just got Team Europe 2 points. And this crowd is chanting Sergio.
Yeah, we might have a new ninja star here.
Now it's the ultimate cliffhanger. He's already won the heat. Now he just wants to see if he can finish. Every cliffhanger a little different. This one proven to be so challenging.
Big move, big, go.
Look at that crossover. All right, here's that big turnaround.
These transitions over 6 feet in the air.
See that landing. Boom. Nice. That was easy for Verdasco.
Locked it in, but as we saw with Dreschel, these transitions a real challenge here. Lateral drop.
Matt, watch out. Verdasco is cooking with Tabasco. He is hot right now.
Goes down on the ultimate cliffhanger, the same place as Dreschel, but he got there faster, so he gets the 2 points. Shockingly, the speed demon Drew Dreschel gets edged out because he didn't go fast enough. That almost never happens.
At this point in the course, your arms are tired. It's hard to grip. Watch Verdasco. His momentum is pulling him away from the plexiglass. He had his fingers on the ledge, but he couldn't latch on.
Well, Europe's captain, Sean McCall, put his faith in this rookie, let him run in this critical spot, and Verdasco delivered.
Matt, the Americans looked like the dominant team early, but this competition just got tight. Team USA has got to get some points in the next heat.
Right now, Team Europe has 2 points, and Team USA has 1. Latin America must get on the board, or they're out. So it's going to come down to this last heat on stage 3. Can the weatherman, Joe Borowski, keep the U.S. hopes alive? Got it! Woo! It's just ahead on American Ninja Warrior USA USA versus the World Special. And we've had a big turnaround in this competition. Team Europe was almost eliminated earlier. With disappointing results on stage 1 and stage 2. They look like they may not have enough points to stay in the competition. But moments ago, their hotshot rookie Sergio Verdasco won the first heat here on stage 3. And he's done it! And gave them a 2-1 lead over Team USA. And now we're heading into the final heat here on stage 3. For Team Europe, it'll be one of their most experienced athletes, Sweden's Alexander Mars. While Latin America will go with the rookie, the climber from Colombia, Sebastian Prieto. And Team USA's hopes will be riding on their captain, Connecticut's Joe Moravsky. And remember, only the top 2 teams after this heat will move on to stage 4 and climb the tower for the title. But starting us off will be Team Europe's Alexander Mars, a 30-year-old real estate manager from Stockholm, Sweden. This is his 3rd straight year attempting stage 3 in this competition. In his first attempt ever 2 years ago, he turned in a strong performance, making it to the cliffhanger.
Well, we've seen athletes rise to the occasion. Will Mars be the latest?
No! And then last season, he had the run of his life.
Yeah, I'm amazed. This guy's not a professional rock climber.
He battled his way to the next to last obstacle, the walking bar.
Oh, he's looking. He's hoping.
Before finally splashing down. Oh! An incredible run by Alexander Mars, the best of his career.
And only a handful of athletes have more experience on stage 3 than Mars does. We expect him to go far.
Well, Team Europe's in a good position, Akbar.
Yeah, the pressure here is on the other 2 teams.
And he is quickly through the floating boards. We saw in the last heat that speed through these early obstacles can make a huge difference. Now it's the key lock hang. Easy to eat up a lot of time on this one.
Mars has to know in the back of his mind, Team USA has Joe Moravsky getting ready to take on stage 3. So he needs to make sure he brings his A game.
Well, we saw Moravsky go out on the 7th obstacle in the regular season. But this competition we have seen tonight, you cannot take anything for granted.
Mars struggling.
He's fishing.
Almost to the end, but he's getting twisted around. Gonna make this dismount a little tougher. Got it! Mars is keeping it moving. He's gonna put the pressure on.
Mars opened up the first ninja gym in Scandinavia. You know he's been doing training, but this is a new obstacle. We're always keeping these ninjas on their toes, or on their fingers, I should say.
Well, this nail clipper gave the ninjas problems back in the regular season, but they have figured it out. Mars is flying through this.
Already on the last cylinder. You're gonna turn around for the dismount, and he is through. And with each obstacle he completes, it puts more pressure on Sebastian Prieto of Team Latin America and Team USA's Joe Moravsky. They'll be up next. And the European fans coming alive as Mars gets ready for the ultimate cliffhanger. No one has been able to get past it tonight.
One thing he's got in his favor, he's got really long arms at 5'11", 163 pounds.
He fell here 2 competitions ago, got past it last time.
And look at that, makes it look easy.
Upper body strength. Now, it's the mobility that concerns me, though, with Mars. Now, can he make that transition? Nice.
But it's been this lateral transition.
It's so hard to traverse. I'm telling you, you got to carry 163 pounds
They were
and
much
traverse
improved
like that.
this. Oh, no!
Another one? Are you kidding me?
Alexander Mars, the latest to fall on that same spot on the ultimate cliffhanger, but Team Europe in good shape. It's going to take a strong run to top that.
The ultimate cliffhanger is dropping everyone tonight. Watch from overhead. That ledge is less than 2 inches. He gets both hands on it, but just like Verdasco and Drescher, the momentum peels his fingers right off. That's 3 in a row in the exact same spot.
And now Team Latin America needs to come up big if they want to stay alive, and it'll be up to their rookie climber from Bogota, Colombia, Sebastian Prieto.
I've been climbing since I was 10 or 11 years old. I train every day in the morning for about 3 hours, and then 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon. In the weekends, I dedicate to rock climbing. It's a personal challenge that pushes me to do better every day, to get stronger, and more than that, it's a way to have fun with my friends. I've always thought that the best climber is not the strongest, but the one who enjoys it more.
Es mi forma de vida.
For me, it's my way of life.
He has to get points in this heat or his team is eliminated.
Lo sabes, lo sabes, lo sabes.
And you can see right there, Pieto's got his left hand taped up. Remember, he fell earlier on stage 2 and came out of the water with blood on his palms, but he's gonna give it a go anyways.
Well, I love the fact that he's playing hurt, and that's what you have to do. When you talk about national pride, playing hurt is a part of that. Sebastian Prieto, with that hand, says, so what? Watch me work it.
#1 ranked climber in Colombia, but again, that hand, you can see the tape on it. That left hand really damaged it. The ring swing and crisscross salmon ladder.
But you gotta imagine, as a climber, especially as the best climber in Colombia, he's used to having cuts and scrapes on his fingers.
But knowing Joe Morawski's coming after him.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Prieto gets through, but it took him 28 seconds. Mars got through in just 12 seconds, so he's already behind that pace. He wants to move ahead of Team Europe, needs to finish the nail clipper in less than 1 minute, 53 seconds.
He's a big deal in Colombia.
Now the key lock hang. Remember, Prieto has never done any ninja competition before, so it's his first time on all of these obstacles.
See him taking the big reaches there on the key lock hang.
But looking very confident. You can see that climber's strength there.
Look at him breaking in each lock.
He's moving steadily, but not moving very quickly. Not going to be able to top Alexander Mars' time unless he picks the pace up. Team Latin America started off strong, but they need Prieto to come through right now or their night is over. Going for the dismount. Oh, just barely stays on.
He says, I'm not a gymnast.
Well, he's still alive, but he's not going to beat Alexander Mars' pace, which means Prieto will have to go beyond the ultimate cliffhanger. No one has done that tonight yet.
But he's got to get through this nail clipper first. As a climber, he's used to climbing on things that are stationary. This nail clipper moves.
Well, this is impressive for a guy who's never been in a ninja competition before tonight. This climber is adapting quickly.
Look, he weighs just 125 pounds, and yet look at his strength.
Now on the last cylinder, he's looking for the dismount. Ooh! And just drops to the mat. Well, he's done a good job to get this far, but he must complete the ultimate cliffhanger to take the lead in this heat. And remember, one of the best ninjas ever, Joe Morawski, is coming up behind him.
And he knows it too. Look at his face. Sebastian knows it. He knows Joe Morawski is right behind him.
And at 5'4", 125, he's going to have a real challenge here on the ultimate cliffhanger.
You better be seeing and visualizing this ultimate cliffhanger as one of those big old boulder rocks you climb.
Oh! Prieto down, which means the best Team Latin America can do is get 1 point. Their only hope right now is that Joe Morawski falls early and gets no points. That would create a 1-to-1 tie with Team USA.
That's a 3-foot gap. But even at 5'4", Prieto actually overshoots and got his hand too high. By the time his fingers find the ledge, his momentum is already headed down, and he can't hang on.
Well, Prieto's disappointed, but a courageous effort out of the rookie, especially considering that injured hand. But his fall means Team Europe will at least get 1 point in this heat, and they're guaranteed of moving on to stage 4. Who will go with them? It's all going to come down to Joe Morawski. Can the weatherman keep Team USA's hopes alive? He's headed to the start line, and we'll see him run next on American Ninja Warrior, USA versus the world. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior, USA versus the world. In just a few minutes, 2 teams are going to climb the stage 4 tower for the title. Team Europe has clinched 1 spot, but the other team will be decided right now. It's all up to Team USA's captain, Joe Morawski, the weatherman from Monroe, Connecticut. The fate of his country is in his hands.
Boy, the crowd is into it, chanting USA.
So much experience on stage 3.
Between regular season and these international competitions, this will be his 7th time. Here we go. Going last, he knows exactly what he needs to do. Must get past the nail clipper in less than 1 minute, 53 seconds.
Well, we know he can do it. He made it all the way to the 7th obstacle, time bomb, in the regular season. You can never underestimate any of these obstacles.
Absolutely.
One little mistake and you could be done.
Well, we have seen some shocking early exits here. Close.
That platform is really small. It doesn't give you a lot of room for error.
And now it's the key lock hang again. Only has to get through 3 obstacles and Team USA moves on.
And that is so hard to speed through key lock hang. You have to be slow and methodical. You start rushing it, and all of a sudden you get a mistake.
And there it is, getting a little hung up. Moravsky, though, very calm under pressure. Trained so hard.
You gotta work it. You gotta get it in there. There is no keyless entry to get to that 3rd obstacle, nail clipper.
He has time, just needs to avoid a mistake.
Hold on now.
A little spun around.
Yeah, he's kind of awkward.
Hard for the dismount. Got it.
Alyssa Beard and Jesse Graff among the many ninjas cheering him on.
Look at Team Latin America. They are holding their breath, anxiously waiting to see how this is going to turn out.
Now the chance of Let's Go Joe. Joe Moravsky, beloved by the community.
All right. Hopefully he's aware of the time in his head. You know Joe Moravsky, he's done this before. Almost overreached there. He's crossed over. Ooh. Now, this is so scary to watch.
And there he goes.
Another small platform.
Got the dismount. Got it. Joe Moravsky delivers. Team USA is moving on. And with that, we say goodbye to Team Latin America.
They were much improved this time around, but it's going to be Team Europe and Team USA who will battle for the title.
Moravsky will keep going to see if he can finish stage 3 for the first time ever.
Up next is the ultimate cliffhanger. No one has survived it tonight.
Look at that pace. Moravsky rocketing across the ultimate cliffhanger.
Oh! Moravsky splashes down. What? A shocking exit did what he had to do, but the weatherman ends up wet.
It's all right.
Let me tell you, Moravsky is smart. He went quickly through those first 3 obstacles and got the 2 points. But on the cliffhanger, just watch his hands. He gets 1 up, but then his left hand comes right on top and just pulls him off. But it didn't matter because Team USA is moving on.
He's standing by with Christine.
Joe, in the regular season in the national finals, you made it further than this on stage 3. What do you think went wrong for you on the ultimate cliffhanger?
Well, here's the thing. This competition is about Team USA. So once I stepped on that starting platform, my job was to win points in this heat. And once I did that, you know, the pressure was kind of off, and I kind of lost focus a little bit. So it happens. We're all human.
Well, you did win the heat, and you guys are going to stage 4. What does that mean to you?
I'm pumped. I mean, representing Team USA in the greatest sport in the history of sports, we're just excited to be here and representing. We're the top 2 ones left, so let's see what happens.
All right, Joe, we'll see you there.
Thanks.
Guys.
So that's the end of stage 3. Team USA tied it up at 3 with Europe, and these final 2 teams will move on for a climb off on stage 4. And both these teams are huddling up to decide who will race up the rope on the stage 4 tower.
I'm wet. I'm not climbing.
Joe Moravsky says it's not going to be him.
But you're wet.
Still some good options for Team USA. Drew Drescher, Najee Richardson, Sean Bryant.
Okay, guys.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling tired. Yeah.
And over for Team Europe, I have to imagine they'll send out Sean McCall. He did the climb up 3 seasons ago, and he won. Well, who's it going to be? We're going to find out when we come back. Up next, it's rarefied air for a ninja. Stage 4, a grueling 80-foot rope climb up the tower. Whoever gets there first takes home the trophy. And we'll see it next on the finale of American Ninja Warrior USA versus the world. Welcome back to the final minutes of American Ninja Warrior USA versus the world. We've relocated to stage 4, where we're about to have a climb off to crown our new champion. Minutes ago, the Team USA foursome selected Sean Ryan, the Papal Ninja, to climb the tower for them. And Team Europe decided to go with Sean McCall. Now, he's done this before, winning a climb off 3 seasons ago for Team Europe. Right now, they're both standing by with Christine.
Matt, thank you. I've got both Seans here. Sean McCall, we'll start with you. I noticed you did not run in stage 3 to try to conserve your energy for stage 4 here. Do you feel fresh now?
I definitely do. I've had a couple hours rest. I completed stage 2, and I think I'm ready for this climb.
And Sean Bryan, we saw you injure your tailbone in stage 2. Is that going to be an issue for you here?
It might be an issue, but I think I can push through it.
Well, good luck to you both. I cannot wait to watch this competition. Matt Nockbar, back to you.
Thanks, Christine. Team USA and Team Europe racing 80 feet to the top of Mount Midoriyama for the title.
And Matt, this is going to be a good one. International pride on the line. Sean versus Sean.
I was pretty humbled when I was chosen to do the rope climb, but it's a little overwhelming. Sean McCall is undeniably the world's best ever rock climber, and it's quite intimidating.
The last time I climbed a rope was back in season 6.
Sean McCall is on the biggest ninja stage there is, stage 4.
When you're standing at the bottom of the rope and you look up, it looks endless to the top.
And he's up!
I made it about 2/3 of the way up, and it felt like I was gonna pass out.
Slowing down a little, but still incredible speed.
The adrenaline just kicks in, and you just go into your mode, and you just climb.
This is going to be close. Oh, my goodness.
3 years ago, I won the rope climb.
He did it!
But I'm not sure if I can do it now.
There's a lot of high expectations on me, knowing that the whole competition is relying on this one rope climb. I'm hoping I can put it all together and come back with a victory.
It's definitely a lot of weight on my shoulders, but that's what makes me strive as a competitor. We're gonna get back that trophy.
Take a look at how these two measure up. Sean McCall is 29 years old and Sean Bryan 32. McCall is 5'7" and Bryan 5'10". So the Papal Ninja will have a reach advantage over the climber. But McCall's only 130 pounds, so he'll have less weight to carry than the 163-pound Bryan.
Both these guys have already run tonight. Sean Bryan fell hard on his back. They're not 100%. They're going to need to gut it out through this.
And here we go. Sean versus Sean. And for the first time, they'll actually be climbing side by side, not individually.
And it's an 80-foot tower. That's like climbing an 8-story building. Their arms will be on fire. Just look at how high that is. It's a lot of pressure. Your team, your country is counting on you.
The crowd on their feet, Aqua. This is what they've waited for all night to find out which team will take home the title.
Matt, the energy here is unreal.
3 years ago, McCall brought home the title. First time for the Papal Ninja. Here we go.
Oh, there it is, man. He's off the race.
To Bryan. Oh, my.
Already 30 feet.
But McCall evening it up.
It's keeping that motion.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
50 feet, 30 more to go.
Oh, this is going to be close.
But now McCall making a move, pulling slightly ahead.
Come on, fight for it.
Sean Bryan rising.
Goodness.
But it's Sean McCall.
Oh.
I don't know if he can get through that any faster. Surged ahead at the end and brings home the title for Team Europe. He beat Sean Bryan by less than a second. McCall's time even faster than Isaac Caldero's $1 million winning run.
Well, Matt, you talk about international supremacy. Team Europe brought out Sean McCall, and he delivered.
Sean Bryan, what an effort, pushing the #1 climber in the world to his limit. What a night of competition.
Not much debate here. That's got to be our crazy healthy run of the night. Let's watch it again in real time. Sean Bryan seemed to get off the best start. He had a slight lead through the first 30 feet. Then Sean McCall closed the gap, and they were virtually side by side at the 50-foot mark and the 60-foot mark. But right there, McCall seemed to find another gear and pulled away in the last 20 feet, but they still finished less than a second apart. Look at these guys in slow motion near the end. Sean Bryan was giving it everything he had, but his feet were slipping on the rope, and he wasn't getting a good push-off. Compare that to Sean McCall. Look at his face and the concentration. Even in those last few feet, when his arms had to be exhausted, he was still pumping like a machine.
And look at that, Team Europe rushing in to congratulate their teammate. It's been 3 competitions since they've won. Sean McCall is the hero, delivering when it counts. Sean Bryan and Team USA put up a valiant effort, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. And what a night it's been. We saw breakout performances. Shocking falls.
No! Moravsky?
Oh! as the best ninjas from all over the world represent their countries. So after a phenomenal night of competition, in the end, it comes down to less than a second. It's Team Europe that climbs to the top on the back of Sean McCall's climb. Now, Sean, the past 2 seasons, Team Europe came up just a bit short on the final run. What was it like tonight on that final climb?
I mean, going head-to-head is completely different. You can always see the other person in your periffs. It was such a close race, and I think we did such an amazing job, and I'm really happy to take away the victory.
Akbar, do the honors.
Well, for you guys' second international win, Team Europe, congratulations. Here you go. Go ahead, take that.
Well, as Team Europe celebrates, we say goodnight.